Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's focus of the day session. Today we are going to cover constitutional conscience and rule of law. The sequence is going to remain why it is in news, thereafter covering what constitutional conscience is and then what rule of law is, followed by questions for mains as well as prelims. Fine, but before that I would like you to be informed about the Mains Age 2022 program, wherein you can get help for essay, polity, ethics as well as public administration. Do check out the details over here and apply soon to avail the early bird discount. Now getting back to the topic, Zakia Jafri, who is the widow of Congress MP Ehsan Jafri, who along with 68 others were killed inside the gated Gulberg society a day after 2002 Godhra riots in Gujarat, did file an appeal in the Supreme Court. And on June 24, 2022, the Supreme Court of India had delivered a 452-page judgment in the case, which has far-reaching implications for our understanding of constitutional conscience and the rule of law in a constitutional democracy like India. Fine. Now let us find out what is constitutional conscience. Language and ideas of the core of the Constitution requires judges to decide in good faith while exercising the constitutional virtues, candor, intellectual honesty, humility about the limits of the constitutional adjudication, and willingness to admit that they do not have all the answers. Constitutional conscience concludes that the need for these qualities in judges, lawyers, and citizens is implicit in our constitutional practices, and that without them, judicial review would forfeit both its own integrity and the credibility of the court themselves. Here is the case. See, now understand, our constitution has already been written, right? But still, judges are required to interpret the constitution and whatever clauses have been given underneath, whatever laws have been made, whatever rules and regulations are there, to decide by understanding on a human level, in good faith and in complete exercise of their authority, that how certain things in the constitution allow or not allow particular acts or activities in a country. See, so constitution is a document which has been written in a certain language and in a certain structure, giving us various kind of laws, but it is required to have a conscience of a human being who holds expertise in the constitution and an authority to actually interpret it. The judge is required to actually implement the constitutional laws for us when it comes to anything regarding justice, or when we are not able to find out what the constitutional provisions hold for a certain thing. It means that the judges who are supposed to follow their conscience while interpreting the constitution would need certain qualities, certain virtues. Those virtues of the judges would contribute to or would make up their constitutional conscience. These virtues are candor, that is doing your thing with complete honesty and with no manipulations. Thereafter, your humility and your ability to limit yourself to the constitution and not go beyond it. But is the constitutional conscience required only for judges? No, right? Even the lawyers, the citizens, the lawyers who file the suit, right? They should be conscious, actually structuring the whole scenario for the judges, as well as the citizens should be conscious about the constitution. All the constitutional practices that are actually put into place should be acted upon with complete consciousness regarding the values of the constitution, right? Of course, ultimately, judicial review helps us with it. The court ends up ensuring its own integrity and credibility alongside helping the citizen of the country, right? Thereafter, we have to discuss about the rule of law. The term rule of law was first coined in England and India has actually adopted it from there. Article 13 of the Indian Constitution refers to the rule of the law as law of the land, right? To put it simply, rule of the law means that no one is above the law and that everyone, regardless of their position or the status in the society, is subject to the authority of ordinary courts of law. So no matter if you are the richest man of the country, no matter if you are the biggest celebrity, no matter if you're the biggest politician with most number of supporters, a case can be filed against you even in a sessions court, right? Everyone is equal before the law. The concept of rule of law also stipulates that no one should be subjected to arbitrary or harsh treatment, as in, if you have not done something wrong, nobody could treat you wrong. Fine? So, as in, it's not just following the law for the sake of punishing people who violate it or for the sake of making people follow the law. It is also about not harming people when they are right at their places. Correct? The word law in rule of law signifies that an individual or a community must be controlled by law rather than a man or a ruler. Of course, when we say rule of law, it means the country, the territory shall be ruled by the law of the land and not by any man, any community or any ruler whatsoever. Nobody actually rules the country but the constitution, and everyone works within the frameworks of the constitution, or rather I should say it's all rule of law in the country. Fine. Moving ahead with the prelims question. Article 25 of the Constitution of India is related to which of the following? Option A is freedom of conscience of free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Option B is no discrimination would be done on the ground of religion, race, caste, language or any of them. Option C is right to education and option D is minority institutions. You have to tell in the comment box which of the following is correct with regards to Article 25 of the Constitution. Thereafter, we shall see the mains question. What do you understand by the term voice of conscience? You have to answer this question in 150 words and you can send in your answers to us on WhatsApp to get it reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in. Take care and stay tuned.